talking about ASL specifically. I'm talking about the 5 parameters that make up ASL. So, Faith, click it. Okay, so I'd like to start out with an observation. You don't have to raise your hand or answer anything. I just want you to observe me sign here this sentence twice. I put it up here just to make it more fun. First time I'm just going to sign it regularly, how I normally would, and the second time I'm going to change that a little bit. So, first sentence. Okay, so that's basically how you sign it, but actual deaf people can sign it better than me, but second time. See difference? There's a big difference. Okay. Okay, so despite what I believed when I first started ASL and what a lot of people that don't know what ASL is, it is not just signing. A lot of when I started ASL, I just thought of it as signing, like all you sign. And I got a kick in the face and realized, wow, this is way more than just moving your hands. So, in fact, there are 5 parameters that make up ASL, and if you take away one of these parameters, it is not ASL, it's just moving your hands. And those 5 parameters are location, movement, palm orientation, hand shape, and facial expression. And today I'd like to go over each of them and their purpose and their importance to be able to effectively sign an ASL sign. So the first one is location. The location of a sign can change its entire meaning. Basically, it's where you sign, like where I'm signing right in front of my face. It's just the location you're able to sign. For example, signs that have the same movement but different location can change it. For example, sign for ugly, summer, and dry. This is an example. This is the sign for summer, ugly, and dry. Now, as you can easily tell, they're very alike, and what categorizes them differently is where it's located on the face. And if you mix this up, it's going to be really weird, unless you're saying it was an ugly, dry summer. I don't know when you would ever say that. But if you just like decide, oh, I'm just going to tweak it and sign summer right here, no, you can't do that, or else the person you're signing to is not going to be able to receive it the way you want to present it. Oh, you did? Oh, wow, you're ahead of the game. Location is important for timeline signs. So, timeline signs are signs where the location is the time period that it does it, not like the Jurassic times or something like that, but signs right in front of your face is the present. For example, signs in front of your face now and daily. And there's also examples for signs for the future, like I will, someday, or in the past. I forgot. Oh, yesterday and recently. And if you just change where you do that, like if you sign I will down back here, they're not going to get it. Location is key to be able to categorize those signs. And the second one is movement. Movement is the base of almost any sign. You can't really, a lot of signs, most signs, you just need movement. Without movement, most signs are incomplete, not be able to completely sign. For example, the sign for fishing. Now, sign for fishing is a really iconic sign. An iconic sign is a sign that most people get if you have no ounce of information about sign. For example, sign for fishing is that. Most of you can tell, oh, that's fishing, without me even telling you that. But that movement is key. If you just like, okay, she's holding a fist right here and a sideways fist, you're not going to get it. Without movement, it's this. So you can't complete the sign without movement. Correct movement makes an ASL, and I also say to myself, it breaks ASL. For example, the sign for yellow. The sign for yellow is a hang loose sign, but ASL doesn't mean wide. And you shake it back and forth. And it's the sign for yellow. And if you don't shake it back and forth, you've changed the meaning of the sign to just wide. So movement can just change it to a different sign. I mean, how would you be able to communicate effectively? And one of my favorites. This is kind of really confusing. I still get this wrong sometimes when people sign to me. This is church, this is chocolate, and this is computer. Those are very similar, kind of like the summer ugly dry. So sometimes confuse it still. Like, I'll see it at the corner of my eye, I'm like, wait, was that chocolate, church, or computer? And they're two completely different signs. You can say, oh, I'm going to computer on Sunday. They're not going to get what you're trying to do. And so it's one of those few signs. It's key to be able to get that correct, specific movement. And to put this in perspective, since I don't think any of us are deaf, I mean, if any of you deaf, probably not, you wouldn't be listening to my presentation right now. Imagine sounding out a word. Without those vowels and consonants, to be able to create that sentence or create that word you're trying to project, it's not possible. You're just jabbering on nonsense. Observation reflection. So when I signed the second time, you noticed that there was a difference, but you might not have known so clearly. So the key of the location, I changed the sign for dad. This is the sign for dad. The second time, I don't know if you caught it, I changed it to the location here. Same movement, same hand shape, everything. I just put it on the shoulder. I don't know if this is a sign. This is a sign for fine. I don't know if this is a sign. Probably isn't. But it's not the sign I was meaning to do. So it just completely changes the sentence. And for movement, the sign for brother the second time is the sign for brother. And I changed it to just, a gun on my forehead. And without that movement, it's an incomplete sign. You're just not going to get any room in your sentence. Palm orientation. Palm orientation is basically where your palm's facing when signing. Examples of this are palm in, palm out, face down, up, left, right. There is a lot. And in my opinion, it is the hardest parameter to get right. I use it all the time. It helps separate the differences between signing. First, just flip your palm orientation and you completely change the meaning of a word. For example, the sign for toilet and Tuesday. So this is the sign for toilet, and this is the sign for Tuesday. Now the movement's a little bit different, but if I do the correct movement and still switch it to the same palm orientation, it's still, you probably wouldn't be able to get it Tuesday, toilet. So Tuesday's palm in, and then toilet's palm out. So those, the small thing, just changing your hand location, and yes, it completely changes the sentence. You're like, I love toilet. No. And the next one is hand shape. Sorry, I keep on forgetting to do this. Like palm orientation, hand shape helps understand the difference between signs. The wrong hand shape can completely mess up the sentence. For example, my favorite one. This is a sign for meet, and this is a sign for date. And those hand shape, it's the same thing except that hand shape. Now, if you mess that up, you're going to lose a friend. And have an awkward conversation about, hey, do you want to date later? Or something like that. Like, it's that hand shape, because for date, it's D. And meet, it's a fist with the finger out. And so that hand shape is key to be able to sign the correct sentence. Without hand-shaped signs do not exist. It's completely impossible. In my opinion, it's the most important parameter in sign. You are not able to sign without, move a hand shape. You can't, your hands, this is even a hand shape. It's not possible unless you have your own hands. I mean, it's not possible. And to put this in perspective, imagine trying to speak without words, or imagine trying to speak without your mouth. You're not going to be able to fully communicate. And observation reflection, when I was first signing the second time I was signing, some mistakes I made. Palm orientation, signing my name. So when you communicate spelling out your name, because you can't say Emma, so I have to go to E-M-M-A, you face it to the person you're talking to. There's a lot of you, so I just kind of face it right here. If somebody's right here, I face right here. You do not do this. This is what I did, because they won't be able to. It's like, try talking with your hand like this. Some people will get it, they're like, okay, I see a little bit, but they're just going to be really confused. Yeah. And the second thing, handshake. The sign for family is this, family. Now, I did the same movement in the same location, but I did a C, which is class, and that is not right. So, yeah, that just, you're not going to effectively be able to complete a sentence. And my favorite one, facial expression. I bet you can think what that guy is feeling right now. And this is the cutest picture I saw when I was looking for pictures. I want that boy. Okay, now think about the happiest moment in your life and try to tell it with a straight face. I can see some of you guys smiling right now. It's literally impossible. I tried to do this for myself and I was just like, dang it. Facial expression is like the tone in your voice when you're talking. It can completely change what you're talking to. You can say the same thing with a different tone. For example, that sounds fun. That sounds fun. That sounds fun. Like the tone in your voice is what clarifies it. And what just like clarifies the theme of what you're signing. Many signs need facial expression to complete a sign because they don't have their voice, you're not able to hear it because since they have no hearing whatsoever, they rely on their face to be able to create that tone in how they're signing. So some examples of signs that need that facial expression is mean, sad, happy, and scared. You're gonna need that. And observation reflection. I think if you didn't catch any of the movement, location corrections, you definitely caught my facial expression changing. From happy to sad, or just annoyed by the point. Now, if you're talking to somebody you really want to get to know, or somebody that you admire, you are not going to frown when you sign. I made this mistake plenty of times, and I thought, I got this, I'm the best at sign, and then I was just like, and I just like really all facial expression out, and my teacher was like, what are you doing? And it was something I didn't realize because I'm trying to focus on everything else, but you can either offend somebody if you're trying to get that, and maybe sometimes you are trying to look annoyed. Either maybe if you're acting, if you're an ASL actor and you're like trying to look annoyed, or like you really don't like somebody and you just want to let them know that when you're talking to them. But it's just what you want to bring to them or show them is how you should wear on your face. So a little bit of review. Okay, so now you know the 5 parameters that make up ASL. And those parameters are location, movement, palm rotation, handshake, and facial expression. Now, without these, you just take one away, and you may, some of them have more, they're more important, and some of them are a little bit less important, but if you just take one away, then it completely falls, and you're going to confuse the people you talk to, and you're not going to fully be able to express what you are trying to tell them. And I want you to think about something. Obviously, none of you guys are deaf. Maybe some of you know a little bit about ASL, so maybe some of you have none. But I want you to think about this question. How can you apply what I talked to you today into your form of communication? We all have, maybe not 5, maybe more, maybe less, we all have different parts how we communicate that affect the way we just talk to each other. And if we take away one of those and can't fully be heard. After all, English is not just speaking, just like ASL is not just signing. Thank you.